Everyone, I'm Jeff Greer alongside John Butler. We've got the WKU Lady Toppers hosting the Old Dominion Monarchs in a fantastic matchup with the Lady Tops, the #1 offense in Conference USA, and the ODU Monarchs, the #1 defense in Conference USA. John, what a pairing.
Something's got to give tonight. I mean, not only is ODU the #1 defense in the conference, they're #7 in the country, averages 52 points a game. Western Kentucky, on the other hand, 73 points a game. Something has to give tonight in this battle between two really good teams.
WKU, of course, led by Maral Abdel-Gawad, the top scorer in Conference USA. And ODU, you just saw Iggy Allen will be tasked with guarding her. A fantastic tilt coming up at Diddle Arena. We are ready to go at Diddle Arena, Western Kentucky and Old Dominion set to do battle a key East Division matchup. And the Old Dominion Monarchs will start out with the ball going right to left on your screens, wearing the light blue uniforms with the white and black trim. In the corner for three early, no good, but Iggy Allen, we talked about her in the pregame, the offensive rebound. Old Dominion, the same starting lineup for the last 7 games now. And that is Adams, Allen, Jackson, Wayne, and Young. This is Brianna Jackson inside, tough shot, missed it. And Western Kentucky gets the rebound going left to right, wearing white unis with red trim. And a 3-ball from Maya Meredith gets things started. The starting lineup for Western Kentucky, no changes over the last 9 games for them. Alexis Mead, Maral Abdel-Gawad, Maya Meredith, Jalen Foster, and Macy Blevins. John, we knew this was going to be a big-time matchup. The top offense in Conference USA, the top defense in the league as well, in Western Kentucky's offense and Old Dominion's defense. What are you looking forward to how this plays out today?
Tempo. It's got to be for Western Kentucky. They need the pace to go up and down. That's a big 3 to start off the game, too. A team that's lost 3 straight, Western Kentucky. A good start would be very, very important against a hot Old Dominion team.
Asia Wayne into the lane. Has it knocked away. Off to the left side, Macy Blevins for 3, missed it. And a quick run out again for Wayne. ODU, a team that thrives on offensive rebounding and scoring when they do get out in transition. Pull-up jumper is no good from Adams.
That's a big rebound, and rebound is a big key tonight, too. Old Dominion is #1, #2 in the conference, and they have been destroying teams on the boards, and that's not necessarily a strength of Western Kentucky.
Opponents shooting just 36% against Old Dominion this season as Foster splashed down from 3.
I think there's going to be a delay of game warning on Western Kentucky after the shot, I believe, but that's 2 big 3s for Western Kentucky to start off the game. It may be an issue with the clock as well, but yeah, that's a bonus for Jalen Foster. She's only 2 out of 17 for the year, and she did knock one down last game against Charlotte, but the ability to make 3s, ODU is pretty, they don't give up a lot of 3s, so 2 early 3s is a good sign for Western Kentucky.
Kay Clark, a sometimes starter this season for Old Dominion, checks in. She started 13 games this year, replacing Brianna Jackson early in this one. Western Kentucky in that 2-3 zone swarming. Here comes Adams with the runner, and that's the first bucket of the game for ODU.
Yeah, nice shot fake that time by Adams. Got to the rim, nice little floater. Tough shot from the side.
Looks at Alexis Mead, the freshman point guard from California for the Lady Tops.
Having a super year, too. By the way, she had 6 assists in her last game. Turnovers has been a problem for Western Kentucky. I've heard them late in the game against Charlotte on Thursday.
Nice pass underneath from Amari Young. Off to Asia Wayne, the senior from Birmingham, Alabama. Alexis Mead, an all-state performer in California. You know how difficult that has to be.
A lot of good players come out of California.
10 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds in a tough Thursday loss for WKU as Maya Meredith draws the foul. And John, this is a huge matchup for both teams because we know there's 5 teams in the East Division in Conference USA in the fight for a regular season divisional title. Western having lost 3 straight now is 7-3 in the league. And ODU 6-2 coming off a big win over Marshall on Thursday. So they're both coming into this game with high stakes to try to add some numbers and victories to the implications in the division.
Yeah, and the surprise team was Western Kentucky. They were preseason ranked in the very bottom because nobody knew a lot about them with all the freshmen that came in. And it's not a surprise that Old Dominion is up where they are. The surprise is really Western Kentucky.
Asia Wayne's pass sails up and over Iggy Allen and out of bounds.
Both teams, too, by the way, that's another turnover forced by Western Kentucky. Both teams are 16th in the country when it comes to forcing turnovers, tied in the nation. 21 a game, both teams force.
Really excellent defensive teams and 2 longtime hoops powerhouses in the women's game.
Yeah, both programs over 1,000 wins has put them both in the top 20 in the country.
And a foul underneath as Meade got to the rim nicely and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, this is one of the things that's important for Western Kentucky. They did not get to the line a lot in their overtime loss on Thursday to Charlotte. In fact, got outshot almost doubled by Charlotte. And tonight already got to the line twice on drives to the basket.
Foul was on Mariah Adams, her first, as Meade sinks the first free throw. Has been really impressive this season, shooting 42% from 3, 11 points, 3.5 assists a game.
She is a tough player, point guard. It's not easy to be a point guard as a true freshman, but she's handled it quite well.
2-3 zone again from WKU. Good skip pass to Allen for 3, missed it.
That's not a strength of ODU, only shooting 26% from 3, and I expected some 2-3 zone by Western Kentucky, and so far that's what they started out in.
Maya Meredith. This is Macy Blevins, hit 3 threes in the loss the other day to Charlotte. 5 on the shot clock. Nice pass from Meade.
Great
Foster
pass.
The finish.
Screen roll that time. Great pass that time by Lexi Meade, and good finish too by Foster.
ODU made 10 additions to this roster, but 5 of them are freshmen as the 3 ball is missed from Allen. 4 were transfers and a junior college transfer as well, so it's not a young team by any stretch.
No, they're not. I mean, they start 4 seniors, and a couple of them are 5th years. And Western Kentucky starts 4 true freshmen right out of high school. So a big experience edge goes to ODU. That's a good inbounds play. When you score off inbounds plays, those are like bonus points right there, free points. You hate to give those up.
Maral Abdel Gawad, that number 4 jersey for WKU, moved into first as the leader in Conference USA in scoring. As Meredith's 3 is off the glass.
The littlest player on the floor just went and got the offensive rebound.
Abdel Gawad for 3, missed it. And a real fight underneath.
Great
Meade
effort.
was in the midst of it.
Great
and
effort.
WKU comes back up with it. Meade for 3. Short. And Blevins with the rebound. And look who tracks it down.
Yeah, 5 offensive rebounds on this possession.
Alexis Meade showing off the speed and hustle. 7 on the shot for Abdel Gawad. Forced it in there, and then back with Meredith, and she flips it up and in.
Well, if any team deserved a basket, that's Western Kentucky. 5 offensive rebounds, they deserve that one.
And to work for it, and the lead is up to 8.
Against a team that does not give up a lot of offensive rebounds, I'm sure that's not going to make Coach Milton Jones real happy. And another turnover.
Tough start here for Old Dominion on offense. WKU fearless going up against the top defense in Conference USA. Splashdown from out far, and they're doing work on the offensive glass. Up 8 early. Western Kentucky off to a great start, up 8 through the first segment of the first quarter here at EA Diddle Arena in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Old Dominion 16-4 so far this season, trying to reach the NCAA tournament for the first time in 14 years. And Delisha Milton-Jones, a WNBA All-Star in her career, an All-American at Florida, has been a fantastic player and a great coach, of course, going toe-to-toe today with Greg Collins, who is in his 4th year at WKU. But Delisha Milton-Jones, John, is a finalist for the 2022 class of the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Oh, by the way, she has 2 Olympic gold medals.
Yeah, she's a lock city. You can write that down. That's a lock. She's going to make the Hall of Fame with her career. And there's another basketball, Lexi Mead. We've played 5 minutes, and Lexi Mead has 4 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. She's on pace to be a 40, 40, and 40.
3 ball in the corner from the wing, missed. And the putback from Kay Clark is no good, and Maya Meredith comes up with a rebound. Meredith had 7 rebounds the other day against Charlotte. What a start for WKU.
Yeah, this is going to be a 3-point shooting contest. It's a big advantage to Western Kentucky.
It's a 13-2 run from the Lady Toppers.
And they're going to stay in this 2-3 zone.
As Hope Savory is back on the floor, or checks in, with Gabby McBride, and ODU calls a 30-second timeout here.
Yeah, this is one of these 30-second timeouts. I don't think it has anything to do with strategy. I think this has to do purely with motivation and concentration. Leaving Morel Abdelgawad wide open on the wing it's not part of the scouting report. So what an incredible start for ODU, for Western Kentucky after 3 losses, tough losses too. The loss Thursday, Charlotte, just really tough. They had an 8-point lead with about 3 minutes to go, and you see this great pass that time by Abdelgawad to a cutting Lexi Mead, and then it's just the opposite. Then you got Lexi Mead pass up to the wing to Abdelgawad. Great start for the Lady Toppers.
6 assists on 6 field goals
so far. That's what you want. Yeah, that's what you want.
ODU out of the timeout. Joy Campbell is on the floor. And look at the assists so far, 6-2 for WKU. As Kay Clark runner is no good. And a fight for the rebound, bodies everywhere. It ends up with Hope Savory, the sophomore guard.
Savory had a good game Thursday. She had 10 points, caused a lot of havoc defensively.
Meredith, baseline, got it.
It's another good start for Maya Meredith. She struggled a little bit the last couple of games, but she averages close to 12 a game. Another 3.
For 3.
Yeah, they're going to let them dial that up all day long, I believe.
Rebound from Gabby McBride, the redshirt freshman who was excellent the other day, as Abdelgawad's 3 is deflected and misses. Back outside, Meredith for 3. No good. And again, a fight for the offensive rebound ends up with the Lady Tops.
Yeah, the fight for the offensive rebounds has been won consistently so far by the Lady Toppers, and I guarantee you there's probably nothing that irritates Coach Jones over there on the sideline as a former post player than giving up so many offensive rebounds.
Abdelgawad tried to spin that in. There's 1 on the shot clock, and WKU didn't recognize it, and it runs out on him.
I mean, it is offensive rebounds right now. Right now it's 12-4 in rebounds. And you can see the work inside. Nice try to scoop shot that time by Abdelgawad, just couldn't make it. But anyway, the effort by the Lady Toppers right now is quite impressive.
Number 4, Asia Hudson, a senior from New York, checks in for ODU. Amaya Moreland, a freshman from Charlotte, also checks in. Nice drive from Wayne, couldn't get the pull-up jumper to fall. And ODU just 3 for 12 to start, as Mead draws another foul driving into the paint.
Well, she just plays fearless that time. That's a good rebound by McBride, and this is how the Lady Toppers like to play. They want to play in transition, and here's this drive. You're talking about taking it right into the the ODU player's chest right there and drawing the foul.
Very aggressive start from WKU. They don't want a repeat of last year, John. 3 matchups in 5 days between these two teams. ODU won 55-53 and 57-55 in the regular season, and then beat WKU in the Conference USA tournament in overtime. And WKU hoping to exact some revenge here today, with albeit a bunch of new players who were not there last year.
I was going to say, most of the players have no bad memories because they weren't around.
Nice move inside, and Wayne cracks the seal a little bit for ODU. That snapped a 10-0 run. Savory for 3, got it.
She is really starting to heat it up. She's got off to a slow start this year and is really starting to pick up her play.
Savory was the Co-Conference USA Freshman of the Year last year. He's been a key sub for the Tops. 15 seconds on the game clock, and a steal from WKU. No stopping the Tops. Right at it for Abdel Gawad.
Just another great drive. 5 seconds to see if ODU can get a shot off here.
Allen at the buzzer, got it. A big shot from ODU
That could be
to finish the first quarter. We'll see if they review it here, but the score after one, if the shot stands, is a surprising 27-11 WK Luton. They are red hot in Bowling Green. WKU is off to a fantastic start. Maral Abdel Gawad and her teammates roaring out of the gates, up 27-11 on visiting Old Dominion, as Iggy Allen and ODU have had a hard time slowing down the Tops. Jeff Greer, John Butler here with you. And John, it's been a good effort from Western Kentucky, but ODU did get that last 3 in right before the buzzer to get it back to 16.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible start by Western Kentucky. Remember, ODU only gives up 52 a game, and right now Western Kentucky's on a 108-point pace.
On their way to beating that season average for ODU by halftime, as Maral Abdel Gawad getting a bucket. She's up to 5 points.
Who knows, that 3 may have gotten Allen going right there. She has struggled the last couple games, 6 for 24, 3 for 14, and 3 for 13, but that 3 at the end of the quarter may get her going. That's a nice pull-up jumper that time by Allen.
ODU needing to find a spark here as that 3 is blocked, but what a hustle from Meade to chase that down, and they're frustrated with that call.
I think they're going to overturn it. Both the referees came in for some assistance. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to Western Kentucky.
And that's right, they will change that call. This was last off of Wayne, it looks like.
If that was the correct call.
Number 24,
Jenna Walker, the freshman from Alabama, checks in for WKU. Macy Blevins on the inbound. Gotta get it in quick. And she couldn't do it. 5-second violation on the inbound.
5 seconds into the call.
Western Kentucky had a little trouble, for those who watched the Charlotte game, getting the ball inbounds at the overtime at the end of the game as well.
Greg Collins coaching his team through a tough stretch here, trying to snap a 3-game losing skid after starting with 7 straight wins in league play. Campbell for 3, front iron, and it's going to be Western Kentucky basketball.
And not unexpected sometimes to struggle when you're so young with so many freshmen. And really, they're going against Thursday. Charlotte was experienced. This team is Old Dominion, very, very experienced. So sometimes, you know, when you're young, you kind of go through some ups, and you got to learn by playing. And you could not draw up a better start if you're a Western Kentucky fan than 29-13 in the second quarter.
Nice up fake from Blevins. The pull-up is no good, but a nice pass back in off the offensive board.
I'll tell you what, you talk about passing the ball. That's 8 assists so far for the lady. I'm sorry, 9 for the Lady Toppers.
Wayne. This is Allen trying to get it inside to Moreland. Wide open in the corner was Campbell, but Wayne went after it, missed it. Multiple shots at it, and the whistle goes for WKU. I believe an offensive foul was called there on Allen.
Yeah, I was kind of blocked from that from the angle, but no complaint by Allen or any of the ODU players.
As Wayne checks out and Kay Clark.
Let's see if we can see it right here on the replay. And
push off on Abdel Gawad, it looks like. Savory. Nice drive baseline, but it was knocked away by Allen. What a start this is for WKU. A dream start in a game they absolutely needed to have if they wanted to keep pace with some of the other teams atop the East Division standings. Against an Old Dominion squad that was picked to finish second in this division to start the season. That pass skip up and over and out of bounds.
Western Kentucky will pick up in a 2-2-1, but I think it's probably going to be a light 2-2-1, probably will fall back into a 2-3. They're putting Brianna Jackson back in. Now, she didn't play much to start the game, got out real quick, especially after Foster made that three, but she's coming off a 15.9 rebound game against Marshall.
Adams, nice find inside, and the bucket is good from Kay Clark.
Good pass by Adams. She's 77 assists for the year.
Savory for three, missed it, and the rebound falls to Allen. Allen pull-up jumper at the elbow is short. Real hustle.
Yeah, it was the right shot. Nice balance, but almost shot an air ball.
WKU happy to play at this pace. Savory getting around Clark. Big jump stop from Savory. Savory down to 8 on the shot clock. Foster for three, it bounced in.
Yeah, you don't often make baseline threes by hitting the back rim, but she got the roll that time.
Shooters touch. They're 5 of their first 13 from three. That's 38.5% for WKU. Big reason why they're out in front. Allen lefty in.
Yeah, looks like ODU's trying to make an adjustment against the zone. They're posting a couple of kids inside, and I think that's to their advantage. They probably have shot too many threes for a team that doesn't shoot threes very well.
Nice backdoor cut, but it was blocked away by Clark. And a timeout, Greg Collins and WKU. They're about to make 3 substitutions during this timeout.
I think it was a 30. It's going to be extended into a media timeout, I believe.
We'll stay here for this one as Western Kentucky in command, 34-17. Let's catch our breath here. Jeff Greer, John Butler with you. And WKU coming into this game, the #1 offense in the conference against the #1 defense in the conference in Old Dominion. A dream start, 12 of 23, 9 assists on those 12 field goals, John. It's been all WKU to start this thing off.
Yes, it has. You couldn't draw it up any better. I mean, in fact, everybody that's played has played well. I mean, Lexi Mead has been tremendous to start off the game. Jalen Foster has really stepped up and played well. A couple of threes by her. And just the commitment to the offensive boards and defensive boards by Western Kentucky, in which you thought ODU would have a big advantage, has been quite impressive, to be honest with you. Now, one of the hardest things to do in basketball, I always felt like, and is to play with the lead. And, you know, from ODU's perspective, you're going to get behind. You might as well get behind early because it gives you plenty of opportunity to catch up. But still, you know, your preference is for Western Kentucky, especially a team that's, you have to think a young team that's lost 3 straight, probably should have won the game against Charlotte on Thursday. So therefore, lacking a little bit of confidence, well, this is the way to get that confidence back.
And especially against a team that's coming off of 2 big wins. The big win at Marshall on Thursday after beating Charlotte, the team that just beat WKU. A couple of really nice confidence builders for ODU to get to 16-4 overall. And we'll take a short break here before we come back from the timeout. WKU up 17 on visiting Old Dominion. Action just restarting here. You didn't miss anything other than a foul as Maya Meredith driving the lane and will go to the line to shoot 2. 3 substitutions for WKU out of the extended media timeout. Teresa Faustino checking in along with Selma Kulo and Jenna Walker for Western Kentucky. And Old Dominion keeping the same group out there. Down 17 here in this first half, ODU. And WKU off to a great start. They led 27-11 after this first quarter. And a big reason for that is a nice start from Maya Meredith. She's got 10 early points.
Yeah, another one of those super freshmen from Scott High School here in Kentucky.
Kay Clark for 3. And that has not been their shot so far today for ODU, just 1 of 7.
No, that's exactly kind of what Western Kentucky wants ODU to do.
Tough take from Jenna Walker, and she drew the foul.
Yeah, I don't think Brianna Jackson's crazy about that, but that is it was a foul with the body. If you straight up, she didn't get the all ball, but going to call a body foul right there, and that's going to bring Jackson out of the game. I know,
2 fouls on her.
Yeah, I think Coach Jones is talking about that. She's called the enforcer, Brianna Jackson, by the coach. 34 blocks this year. And she was really, really happy with her play against Marshall on Thursday. 15 points, 9 rebounds. That's her second foul. She'll have to probably sit the rest of the half.
Miami transfer, was a top 100 recruit from Virginia Beach. So playing back in her home region.
Jenna Walker made the free throws, shooting 85% from here from the line.
Clark on the drive, nice baseline pass. Adams back outside. 7 on the shot clock, but it was knocked away by WKU. Faustino all the way to the 10, missed it. Good pass ahead from Allen, and Wayne couldn't handle it.
I was just getting ready to say, generally, when you miss a layup on one end, it leads to a layup on the other end in transition. But that time, fortunate for the Lady Toppers, turnover by Old Dominion.
6 turnovers in their first 24 possessions for ODU. Not a great ratio to start this game off. As WKU has opened up a 20-point lead. Here's Kulo, didn't play the other day. Faustino all the way to the basket.
Yeah, nice move, and that's a tough left-handed shot on the right side, but boy, she used the glass perfectly. 22-point lead.
Can't say we expected it to be like this between 2 really good Conference USA teams. Wayne's jumper is no good. Blevins with the rebound. Maya Meredith into the forecourt. It's 3-on-2. Nice pass to Kulo. Got it.
That's from Meredith, who's having a super game. Nice pass and finished by Selma Kulo. Unbelievable. 24 points.
Another 7-0 spurt here. There's been a couple of little short runs and one extended run for WKU that have made this a 24-point game. 3 ball short from Hudson. ODU keeping it alive. The shot clock didn't change. Wayne for 3 in the corner, missed it. And Kulo with the defensive rebound. A little bit of a sloppy sequence here between these 2 teams. Wayne all the way to the rim is fouled by Kulo.
And that's not a bad play by Kulo. She leads the team in blocks, and not a bad foul to say the least. See the take right there, took it right to her body. Again, kind of like Jackson, got all ball. But oftentimes, even when the offensive player initiates the contact, oftentimes that's still going to go against the defense.
Amari Young checking in for Iggy Allen for ODU, and Asia Wayne coming into this game, the senior from Alabama, was just 11 of her last 36 from the field. And she has gotten off to a much better start today, 3 of 7 for 6 early points.
She's averaged double figures all 3 years. 13.4 this year.
All-conference selection in 2020. All-conference freshman team in 2019. Misses both.
And when it rains, it pours. It's amazing how shooting's contagious both ways.
Nice pass underneath Kulo. The finish from Savori.
Great pass by Savori that time. Just a nice dump down pass, and Selma Kulo, 2 quick baskets off assist. Selma Kulo, the tallest player Western Kentucky has, 6'4".
Hudson into the lane, pull up. Couldn't get it to fall, and Kulo again with the rebound. Good minutes from her to start this second quarter. Inside to Kulo, has her shot emphatically blocked by Wayne, but Wayne took a hard fall after it. And she is in some pain.
Yeah, that was a violent block. I think that's an understatement. Hope Savori on a nice pass, and that was all ball and landed right there on her hip, it looked like.
She did a great job to get over there to block it, but I think she may have caught Kulo in a way that her legs went out from under her. Hopefully she's okay over there. The trainer's tending to her.
Looked like she landed on her hip side.
Well, this is an opportunity for both coaches to pull their teams aside. If you're Delisha Milton-Jones, your team's down 26 here, 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. What are you saying during these breaks at this point, John?
Well, I mean, the good news for them is they have an experienced team. You know, it's not like they're young and going to panic. When you're down 26, you're just looking for like mini runs, you know, a 4-0 run, 6-0 run. If I'm talking right now, 2:37 left, I would like to get it, if it's possible, before halftime, get it under 20, you know, little goals like that. And obviously with Coach Collins, not a lot to say other than keep your focus. You know, you can't let your guard drop, and you'll have to remind them of what happened on Thursday.
A memory that will be sore for WKU, leading by 11 in the fourth quarter, only to lose as the inbounds goes out of bounds. And you may have just seen it a minute ago. There's Greg Collins. On the ODU bench is Shammond Williams, who was a star at North Carolina, played in the NBA, and is in his first year on staff with Delisha Milton-Jones.
Yeah, they have some talent on the bench.
They sure do.
They could play some mean pickup games.
3 ball from the wing is good. A much-needed jumper from Kay Clark.
Yeah, junior college transfer as well. Shoots 29% from 3.
All-American in the junior college level last season at Trinity Valley in Texas. The runner's no good from Maya Meredith. Allen for 3, no good. Rebound underneath to Blevins.
Good box out by Macy Blevins.
Blevins doing a lot of little things today. She hasn't scored yet.
It's been a long rest for Lexi Mead and Meryl Abdelgawad. They're getting ready to check back in to end this quarter.
You've got to be happy for Greg Collins, John, that the lead has pretty much stayed the same despite not having them on the floor. Here comes Mariah Adams. Hudson for 3, no good. Batted around underneath. This is Adams again, nice find, and a travel on Iguodala.
And that stoppage of play gets 4 new players back in the game for Western Kentucky.
Foster, Abdelgawad, McBride, and Mead all check back in, and a good sign for Old Dominion. Asia Wayne is back in after a hard fall a minute ago.
Yeah, that's a good sign for them. Probably knocked her breath out more than anything. And that was a big rest too. You have to understand, in Conference USA, most of your games are Thursday, Saturday, and that's a quick turnaround. I think it's really hard for the road teams, which is ODU is the road team, but Western Kentucky came off an overtime game, so any extra rest that you can give to your players, and Abdelgawad played almost every minute Thursday, it's got to be a benefit.
About a 3.5-hour ride from Huntington, West Virginia, where Old Dominion played on Thursday. Final minute of this first half. Nice bucket underneath. It's Wayne.
It's a good diagonal pass by Adams. Lead still 21. I think ODU would love to go in under 20.
Alexis Mead out front, guarded by Asia Hudson. Nice pass inside. It was a little too strong for McBride. And it's going to stay with WKU for the final 22.4, but 7 on the shot clock.
Yeah, and probably the one thing that I could pick out that Western Kentucky has not had a lot of success with tonight is these inbounds plays. ODU has made it very difficult to get the ball inbounds.
Hope Savori back in. Abdel Gawad tripped underneath, but called for the travel. I think WKU thought it was going to be a foul call.
And that looked like it had a lot of success on that inbounds, and you can see it right there broke wide open. And that's lost her balance that time.
Final 15 seconds of this first half. Mariah Adams.
This will be a big stop for Western Kentucky. This will be a big score momentum-wise for ODU.
5 to play. Wayne to Iggy Allen. Allen steps into the corner for 3, rattled out, and that's how we'll end it in this first half. WKU up 43-22 on Old Dominion.
Great half for Western Kentucky. You can't ask for anything better. 21-point lead going into halftime. That's about as perfect of a half as you can play.
A lot to talk about in the dressing room at halftime. WKU up 21 on visiting Old Dominion here in Bowling Green at the break. Back at Diddle Arena in Bowling Green, Kentucky, moments away from starting the second half. WKU leading Old Dominion 43-22 in Conference USA action. Jeff Greer, John Butler here with you. And WKU, John, has been scoring at a high rate thanks in large part to their assists, 11 assists on 15 made baskets, and their star player, Maral Abdel Gawad, normally scoring 20 a game. She's got 4 assists today, getting help from elsewhere.
Yeah, and Lexi Mead as well has 4. Oh, it's just this nice pass that time by Macy Blevins. You know what helps team chemistry? Sharing the ball. And there's nothing better than team chemistry, and there's a nice pass by Maya Meredith as well, than sharing a ball to another teammate. A nice dump down pass that time by Hope Savori. And one of the reasons why Western Kentucky's up 43-22 is they've been able to get inside that lane against that good defense of Old Dominion and find open teammates.
Well, I got to give a shout out to Macy Blevins. She has not been credited yet
we just saw
for
one.
her assist, and we just watched one as Greg Collins and his team coming out at halftime up 21 points. What do you think the message was in the Toppers halftime locker room?
Well, I'm a big believer the first 4 minutes of the second half is really critical. And if I'm Western Kentucky, you got to really focus in on these first 4 minutes. And what I'm talking about is right now Western Kentucky's up 21. If Western Kentucky comes out on a 6-0 run, now that lead goes from 27, and that's hard to overcome, to say the least. However, if Old Dominion gets the first 6, that lead goes from 21 down to 15, and all the momentum shifts. So, I think you got to really, both teams have to really lock into these first 4 minutes.
And it will be WKU basketball, I believe, to start this second half. Your game referees today, by the way, Brian Hall, Trey Miles, Angelica Suffren, and it's actually ODU basketball. They're going left to right here in the second half on your screens, as we mentioned earlier, in the light blue jerseys today. And Western Kentucky defending in their whites. They'll be going right to left on your screen here. Second half underway at Diddle Arena. And a big few minutes for ODU to try to make this a game again. Iggy Allen out to the right side to Mariah Adams. Nice pass inside to Amari Young, and she missed the bunny, but the putback is good.
That's an important start for ODU, plus where they got the ball too. But they did not get back on defense, but just Abdel Gawad missed a shot she normally makes about 90% of the time.
Mariah Adams inside to Wayne, and a foul underneath. A good start for ODU.
Well, you combine that with the missed layup by Western Kentucky, and that's how momentum can shift. And the last time Wayne was at the line, I believe she missed both shots right here. She notice that little Dipsy-do in the lane right there. Not a lot of contact, but 2 shots for Wayne.
She's
three
missed her
straight.
first 3 free throws of the day.
Yeah, ODU not starting 6'3" Brianna Jackson this half. She's not played a lot of minutes tonight.
Kay Clark, who was in the starting lineup earlier this season, is in the 5 to come out here at halftime as Wayne gets the second free throw to fall. It's back to an 18-point game.
ODU extending their pressure for the first time tonight.
Maya Meredith had an excellent first half. 10 points, 5 rebounds. Here's Abdel Gawad.
Well, you got to think that Western Kentucky is going to take ODU's best shot coming out of that half, down 21.
Abdel Gawad driving, had a nice little avenue there, but missed it. And Wayne running the break in the other direction, gets right by a defender, but missed the layup. ODU today, 7 of 11 now on layups. And that's one they'll want back as Alexis Mead slows things down. And John, you got to figure this is where having those freshmen understanding they can slow down, take their time in this game, you got to coach them through that.
Yep, I mean, ODU's going to make a run. There's no doubt. There's 2 experience. There's a turnover by ODU. You got to expect that they're going to get back in this game, but can you withstand that? And this is the first 6, as I mentioned. Now it's down to 16.
Mariah Adams, the senior from Little Rock, Arkansas, making her 46th career start. Just made her second basket of the day to have this game back to 16, and there's a block. Foster comes down with a nice pass to Maya Meredith, but she missed the layup.
That's 3 layups that Western Kentucky has missed to start the half. Any of those 3 can get the momentum back or at least stop a run, and they've missed 3 layups so far, Western Kentucky.
8 of 18 for the game, the Lady Tops, as Macy Blevins will inbound the ball along the sideline. And ODU this season has only allowed 1 opponent's leading scorer to score their season average in a game. And Abdel Gawad 13 points away from her season average of 20. Meredith into the lane with 3 on the shot clock and a whistle.
Yeah, that was a nice drive by the freshman. She's been very, very aggressive tonight. And had several drives when she's gotten to the basket and almost got the and one.
First foul of the game on Amari Young.
But it is right here is the drive, and that's the correct call.
Maya Meredith has been very aggressive getting to the rim and had a good game the other day. 8 points, 7 rebounds. She did have 5 turnovers. Freshman out of Taylor Mill, Kentucky, is an all-state selection in the Commonwealth, which is nothing to shake a fist at here. I mean, that's tough to do.
Players, that's correct. She's 63% from the line. Needs to make this one for Western Kentucky to kind of stop the bleeding.
17th start of the season for Maya Meredith, and she missed the free throw, but on the fight for the rebound, it came down to Foster. Meredith's putback opportunity is no good, and a real fight underneath, and a foul is going to be on Meredith.
That's Jackson on the just entered the game. A lot of, probably they could have called maybe a jump ball, but I think it's probably overall a lot of arm that time.
A couple frustrated fans here in Diddle Arena. It's nice to have some attendance here. It was a tough day on Thursday as an ice storm rolled through the region. They played with a small crowd. As it flipped up and in there for ODU, has this game back to 14.
8-0 run by ODU to start the half. Western Kentucky has not scored yet.
Amari Young's first 4 points of the game all coming here in this third period. Foster flips it up and no good. And a real battle underneath, and Abdel Gawad.
It's going to be on Amari Young. You can block out, but kind of rode her out of bounds. Right now, Western Kentucky is just all out of sorts right now, playing way, way too fast on the half court.
Abdel Gawad took a weird fall there. It looked like she may have tweaked her back. See if she can jog it off. Looks to be okay. It hasn't been a 14-point game, by the way, since 22-8 with 51 seconds left in that first quarter.
And the defensive pressure by OU has really, really picked up.
3 on the shot for Blevins, missed it, and a battle for the rebound between Jackson and McBride. And Jackson took a hard fall there.
Going to be a jump ball. You can see right here, it's McBride has all ball. It's unusual to be a jump ball when one's behind the other one, but it was all ball that time. You can see right there.
Possession arrow staying with WKU. But 1 on the shot, Meade didn't get it away quickly enough. And now Iggy Allen is down for a second, trying to walk that off. Didn't see what happened to her.
I think Western Kentucky is waiting maybe perhaps to get to the automatic media timeout. Don't want to waste the timeout right here, but it is a mini run right now, to say the least, by ODU.
Allen twisted her ankle on that last interaction. Appears to be okay.
Yeah, she's moving fine.
Trying to get going. There's 3 of 10 from the field, but she does have 6 rebounds. Clark for 3. Missed it, but Brianna Jackson has really been in a battle underneath as Meade is called for the foul. And Jackson has had a lot of fights under the basket off rebounds, but she's kept
her composure.
hold of the ball.
That's correct. Well, look at that's a nice dig in there that time by Lexi Meade. Second time got a little arm. That's what you want your little guards to do. If post players drop the ball, you want your guards to get in there and dig and get that ball out.
First foul of the game on Meade. Clark trying to drive by Meredith, off to Jackson, and that's a 12-point game.
That'll be a timeout.
And a timeout called by Greg Collins. He can't wait for the media timeout any longer. We'll move it up and take it here as Old Dominion has come out in the second half here and made this thing a game with a quick 9-0 run with 6:05 in the third quarter. Western Kentucky got off to a great start in this one, led by 21 at halftime, but Old Dominion on a 9-0 run to start the second half has put together a couple of layups, and John, they are right back into this game.
Yeah, their intensity has been, off the charts this half. You notice the good ball movement too. They're getting the ball inside, and that's they've struggled from shooting a 3, and they clearly made an adjustment at halftime to get the ball inside against the zone. It has not helped Western Kentucky to miss 3 layups as well.
WKU 0 for 8 to start this second half.
Yeah, you have to expect ODU is going to make a run. I mean, that's expected, but you cannot miss layups to kind of stop a run occasionally.
Alexis Meade guarded out front. Alicia Wayne. Meade had a great start to this game. It's been quiet. Tough shot. Big rebound from McBride coming flying in. Gabby McBride, the Texan.
Be a foul on Asia Wayne. Yeah, that's exactly what Gabby McBride does. She brings energy.
First foul of the game on Wayne.
No easy shots on the half court. Watch, this is a very difficult shot that time by Lexi Meade, and good effort that time.
One time getting the ball in WKU, but they finally do to Maya Meredith. Meade trying to take Clark in. Tough shot, missed it, but McBride the rebound. Adele Gawad, a big 3, missed it. But another rebound to Meredith. And a travel on Meade, rushing it a little bit when she didn't need to.
A little bit of a conversation between Lexi and I believe it's Clark. But yeah, the rebounds has been still overwhelmingly in favor of Western Kentucky. They just haven't been able to take advantage of it in the second half.
Delisha Milton-Jones will be very happy with her team's energy out of this halftime break into the second half. Wayne trying to get it up and under, missed it, and Blevins chases it down. And you see how ODU is flying to the ball right now, sensing that they are making a move here.
They are. And Macy Blevins called a timeout
Media timeout, so we will take a break here. WKU up 12 on ODU, yet to score in the second half. The Tops trying to hold on to this lead. Well, Delisha Milton-Jones, a 3-time WNBA All-Star, a 2-time WNBA champion, the SEC Player of the Year in 1997, and an All-American, has her ODU Monarchs right back in the mix after falling behind by as many as 26 in the first half. It's back to a 12-point game, and the Monarchs have a little momentum here in the third quarter. And another miss for WKU, now 0 for 12 to start this second half.
Yeah, that was a good shot, too, by Maya Meredith. Just missed it.
Adams for 3, short. That's not ODU's specialty.
No, it's not what they want. They've been scoring inside in the paint, and that's they're still only 2 for 15, I believe, from 3.
And that was actually ruled off of WKU. Greg Collins trying to coach his team through another lead in the second half. They had an 11-point lead on Charlotte on Thursday. Ended up losing in overtime as a 3-ball for Iggy Allen makes it a single-digit deficit for ODU.
This is where this youth of Western Kentucky, this is where it's tough, you know, with 4 true freshmen versus right now 4 seniors on the court for ODU. And to be honest, Western Kentucky looks a little bit hurried. I maybe say frazzled just a little bit. A bucket is obviously will be big.
All of a sudden, 5 on the shot clock. Macy Blevins backing away, has a runner to the basket. It's Maya Meredith, and she's fouled just before the shot clock ran out.
Yeah, need to finish that. It's going to be a foul on Jackson, but that was a nice look by Macy Blevins at the end of the shot clock. But occasionally have to finish those shots right there. It was not enough contact to prevent. Right there it is to prevent Maya from making that. She'll normally make that shot. She went off 2 feet, which is perfect, actually.
And John, I know you would vouch for this. When your team's struggling and you're starting to sense some momentum shifting, you want to get to the free throw line. Obviously, you got to make them, but you want to get to the free throw line.
Because Maya's missed 3 straight from the line.
3 of 7 now from the charity stripe. Make that 4 of 8, a big one. The first point of the second half.
6 minutes.
For WKU, the lead is 10.
They're going to stay in that 2-3 zone. Defensively, it's not much of an issue right now.
Adams all the way to the rim, missed it, and Meredith has another rebound. She's got 7 boards now.
Morel Abdelgawad needs to get going from Western Kentucky. She's been very, very quiet. Missed a couple layups to start the quarter, but has really not got any looks.
3 of 10 so far today, just 7 points.
Iggy Allen has got the assignment. That's a good matchup right there.
Mead on the pick and roll to McBride. McBride trapped, and the shot clock runs out.
Yeah, just gotta have an awareness at the end of the shot clock on those screen rows. You got to get the shot off. And now that you know that #1 defense in the conference is starting to look more real tonight for Western Kentucky. And
Iggy Allen has gotten going.
Yep.
Here in the second half, Iggy Allen has been the difference maker.
She averaged 22 a game last year at Florida Atlantic.
She's got 12 so far, and Maya Meredith goes down, but Old Dominion on the break. A hustle play here. It ends up with Young, and everybody slows down. Meredith is still hurt. And finally, the referees blow the play dead.
Yeah, she went down awkward. I couldn't tell if it was her knee or ankle on that one, and she's had injury problems in high school. Pretty much did not play one year. They're looking out. You hope to look at her ankle. You never want to look at a knee, especially in women's sports.
Did you see it there, John?
It's hard to see it. Yeah.
And she is trying to trying to hold off on getting attention from the trainer. The crowd loves seeing her get back up, but she is in a lot of pain here. Very disappointing and sad.
Here it is again.
For WKU.
I think that's her ankle, but it's kind of hard to.
She'll head back to the locker room, or at least to the end of the bench for now. And a scary moment for Maya Meredith and WKU. She is going to head back to the locker room now.
Especially for a player who's had some injuries in high school. That is scary, to say the least.
And you hate it for her. She has played so well today. 11 points, 7 rebounds. And Hope Savory is going to come in for her.
Well, she's the leading scorer tonight, but second leading for the year. Maya Meredith, 12.8 a game, 5 rebounds. So that's hopefully it's nothing long term. And but anytime a player goes out with a lower body injury, you're always concerned, to say the least.
There's no foul. It was just a stoppage of play. 21 on the shot clock. 2:42 here in the third quarter. WKU up 8, but Old Dominion has the ball.
13-1 run, I believe. Is that right?
That is correct.
This quarter, 13-1.
14-1.
14-1.
And ODU a chance to further chip into this deficit as the runner from Adams is no good, but she got the rebound, and a foul is called underneath, I believe, on Blevins.
Yeah, trying to block out that time. ODU doing
her second of the game.
Yeah, ODU right now is trying to screen the top of the 2-3 zone, which enabled their point guard to get into the lane that time. It's a nice little adjustment they made.
Adams on the inbound. Got it into Wayne in the short corner. Wayne, a dangerous pass there. Iggy Allen cut off and fouled by Blevins again. That's 3 now on Blevins.
Yeah, they don't. Here's where it gets tricky. Losing Meredith, you don't want to lose Blevins and Meredith. Both are 2 of their better shooters right there. There's the ball fake that time by Iggy Allen that drew the foul.
Jenna Walker checking in for Blevins as Iggy Allen will shoot 2.
She's 72% for the year, but oftentimes when players are having good runs, big games, that goal gets a lot bigger. So,
first trip to the free throw line today, and she makes them both. She's got 14 to lead all scorers. And off the inbounds pass, it's going to be out on WKU. The whole lead is just about evaporated here for Western Kentucky. It was 43-22 at halftime. And Old Dominion has a chance to make this a 1-possession game. And a foul called on the scrum there as Hudson was still trying to collect the ball.
That was caused that time by Hope Savory.
And this is where having Hope Savory on the field, or on the court, has to help, John.
Absolutely.
She's a lot of experience as a sophomore.
Sophomore, compared to the rest of them, her and Abdelgawad are about the only ones that have any experience at all.
Meade using the screen from McBride off to Walker. Walker for 3. It was a big one, missed it. Allen the rebound. 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Hudson for 3, got it! It's a 1-possession game when WKU led by as many as 26 in the first half.
Yeah, Asia Hudson coming off a 12-point game against Marshall. That was another play that time made by Iggy Allen on the assist.
Just 4 of 17 from 3-point range, but that is as big as it's going to get for ODU as Hudson whistled for the foul on Meade's cut.
This is where I really think somehow Western Kentucky is going to have to get Abdelgawad going. You made the point earlier that one of the strengths of ODU defensively is they take away the other team's best player. And Abdelgawad only has 7 points, and they've only one player all year has gotten their average, and they're doing a really good job taking it away. But this is where a senior has got to got to kind of steady the ship for Western Kentucky.
Well, before Thursday's games, Maral Abdel-Gawad was second in the conference in scoring average behind Marshall's Savannah Wheeler. And ODU held Savannah Wheeler scoreless for 24-plus minutes in Thursday's game.
Yep. And Abdel-Gawad has had 11 20-point games this year. Only has 7 right now.
A couple of huge free throws from Alexis Mead to get this back to a 5-point lead for WKU. 0 for 13 from the field, WKU in this third quarter, and a foul on the rebound as Foster will go to the free throw line. A little fight from the Lady Toppers.
Iggy Allen did not think it was a foul, but it was kind of in front of us. Looked like to me right across the arm.
Second on Allen.
She's shaking her head no, but I've yet to see very many. That's a clear foul. You just saw that. Most players never believe they foul.
2 free throws coming for Foster, a freshman from Austin, Texas.
Not only does Western Kentucky not have a field goal this quarter, they've missed half their free throws as well.
Gotta make these free throws. Only started playing basketball in high school, Jalen Foster, and has found a real groove here at WKU, moved into the starting lineup.
Western Kentucky just went bigger here. Put Selma Kulo in and Foster together. So that's a bigger lineup with those two together.
Smaller backcourt and a bigger front court.
Yes.
It's a 2-3 zone. Iggy Allen triples into a trap, got out of it though. Amari Young all the way to the rim, but she missed the layup. Tracked down by Wayne. Fresh shot clock. 50 seconds in the quarter as Iggy Allen for 3.
Yeah, she's feeling it. She is feeling it.
17 points for Iggy Allen from Pompano Beach, Florida. Has her team within 3. Foster thought about it. Abdel-Gawad for 3, missed it way off, but Mead with the putback.
That's the first field goal of the quarter for Western Kentucky.
Alexis Mead has put in a serious shift. I would imagine if they're tracking her running, it's like a soccer player, John. She has been everywhere for WKU.
Yeah, she brings the energy, and she will not back down from anybody. In fact, she's having a little words with Allen right now.
Iggy Allen stepping right into her. It's a 5-point game. Alexis Mead guarding Iggy Allen, who's 6 of 13 today, 17 points.
Shot clock is off.
Savory trying to take the contact, no whistle and a turnover. WKU, final 4 seconds here. Mead into the forecourt, throws up a prayer, missed it. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. It's 49-44. It was a 21-point WKU lead at halftime, and we've got ourselves a game here in Bowling Green. Strap in for the fourth quarter at Diddle Arena. And we have ourselves a basketball game here in Bowling Green. Western Kentucky led by 21 and as many as 26 in the first half, but Iggy Allen and Old Dominion came storming back in a variety of ways, getting good looks, John.
Yeah, Iggy Allen has been tremendous this half. I mean, she's 3 out of 8 from a 3, 17 points, and not only made threes herself, nice pass that time for Hudson for a 3, and outscored Western Kentucky 22-6. Western Kentucky was only 1 of 16 for that quarter. But the good news is, it's not oftentimes you can go 1 for 16 and still be up 5 if you're a Western Kentucky fan.
That is true. A big fourth quarter for both teams. Corner 3, missed it. And who else but Iggy Allen chasing it down.
Yeah, she is playing with a ton of energy.
Savory trying to spur her team on with Mead with a little extra energy here in this second half. Allen, the corner to Mariah Adams. Jumper missed it. And the rebound to Abdel-Gawad. Savory ahead to Foster. And this is where Hope Savory out of Mercy Academy in Louisville started 20 games last year, has a lot of experience to help. A 3-ball, needed it and got it.
Big shot that time. That's a tough shot coming off the screen too.
That is a huge 3 for the sophomore. We get it back out to 8 points. Iggy Allen was the Conference USA Newcomer of the Year, all defensive team, all first team at FAU. Averaged 22 and 11 last year, and is making her impact again today with a 3-ball no good, and McBride with the rebound. McBride has 7 boards for WKU.
Yeah, the other thing that Allen is doing well, not only is she playing tremendous offensively, she's got the assignment on Gardner Abdelgawad.
Inside of McBride, missed it. She goes down hard.
It's another layup that's missed by Western Kentucky.
4-on-4 here. Hudson into the lane. Couple nice fakes and a layup.
Yeah, I don't know what the percentages is in basketball, but when you miss a layup on one end, it's normally a layup on the other end.
Final 8 minutes. And this crowd is a little antsy here at Diddle Arena. Savory trying to get going, runner in the lane, couldn't get it to fall, it fell right to her, and the putback is good.
5 straight for Savory. Now, one thing about her, she loves to play, and she is not scared of the moment.
8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Hope Savory, and she is giving her team some hope here in Bowling Green that they might be able to hold off Old Dominion. It's an 8-point game in the 4th quarter, and it has been a fun one so far. Let's see the finish. You gotta have some faith if you're Western Kentucky, as the Lady Toppers just 3 of 20 in this second half as their lead has dwindled, but Hope Savory giving her team a little bit of hope here in this 4th quarter with a 3, and then Savory following it up with a quick putback on her own miss. That gets this lead back out to 8 here with 7:33 in the 4th quarter.
I was going to say, not just faith, a little hope. And Hope Savory on a little 5-0 run for Western Kentucky.
A huge sequence to get WKU's lead out a little bit more. Clark for 3 missed it, and Iggy Allen saved it, but she turned it over. Here's Abdelgawad into the lane, missed the layup, but she drew the foul.
The call was a little late on that one, but it's going to be a foul on Kay Clark, and that was a mistake that time by Iggy Allen. She saved it right directly to the Western Kentucky player, which gave Western Kentucky a chance to get on a fast break. They've not had much of this half right there, and a good feed that time from Lexi Mead to Abdelgawad.
Moral Abdelgawad just
she's not scored this
3
half.
of 11,
Yeah.
7 points in this game. First trip to the free throw line, first foul she has drawn, and she makes that free throw.
First point of the half as well.
Slowly but surely, you get the sense that WKU is starting to settle a little bit.
Yeah, they withstood the big run, but there's still a lot of time. 7 minutes to go. You got to expect ODU will make another one.
It's a 10-point game, 7 minutes and change to go here. Hudson, good defense from Abdelgawad. Inside to Amari Young, had it knocked away. Allen, nice pass to Wayne, but she missed the layup. A deflection underneath from WKU.
And that was Lexi Mead, I think, probably got the block on that one as well.
Foster draws the foul underneath by Amari Young.
And call the walk.
Oh, they called a travel.
Yep, let's see right here.
And they wanted the travel on Savory at half court. Didn't get that one, but
Got
Foster
the second one.
deemed to take some extra steps after catching the ball.
Baby steps at most, right?
She is a freshman.
She is a freshman, that's correct. I think the game has been very well officiated too, by the way.
It has.
Because we haven't noticed them. That's always a sign of a well officiated game.
2-3 zone from WKU. Allen getting double teamed pretty quickly. Inside though to Amari Young and a finish and one.
That was probably, I think Western Kentucky probably wanted the walk that time on Adams, and I was almost getting ready to say that. Yeah, looked like a walk right there is what he was talking about, but nevertheless, it was a good feed after the move. It's going to be an and one.
3 fouls on Jalen Foster. Greg Collins still talking to Brian Hall over here.
Yeah, he wanted to, basically, as a coach, if you get a walk on one end, you want it called on the other end, and I do think they missed that call.
Free throw is no good, and Hope Savory comes down with it. You know, Savory and Meade, John, 5'5", both of them listed at 5'5", combined 11 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's just want, basically, desire.
Abdel Gawad trying to drive on Wayne.
Yeah, this was a better
Steps
matchup.
up and under and got it.
Did not have Allen, had Wayne on her that time, and he used her quickness that time to get to the basket.
She's got 11. First made bucket of the second half. Allen for 3 way off. And Meade chased it down and threw it off Allen. Good play.
Smart play that time. That's that left wing is a place where Allen has made 2 of her 3 that time, but she knew she missed that one because she took off for the offensive rebound across court. Nice play that time by Lexi Meade. Smart.
Old Dominion, of course, pressing here to try to speed up WKU, although it drops off this time. The Monarchs, one of the best half-court defenses in the country. They've made WK earn it here in the second half as Kulo is going to be whistled for the travel.
Yep, that was the right feed that time. Well, nice feed that time by Hope Savory. You just got to catch that and put it in. And little baby step right there. Yep, that's a good call. It wasn't the bobble, it was once you got possession, then took that step.
Asia Hudson off to Iggy Allen. Trying to get the ball inside to Amari Young. Almost turned it over. Hope stays alive through Wayne. Allen, the elbow jumper, got it.
Yeah, she's very comfortable in that range. Much better 15-foot shooter than 3-point shooter.
7 of 16 today for 19 points. To go with 8 rebounds for Iggy Allen. Meade. This is Abdel Gawad guarded by Allen.
She wants the ball screen.
Ended up with Meade for 3. Got it, a big one.
Big one. She shoots 40% from the 3. It's really her first look of the night from 3. And then she gets the turnover.
Here comes Savory. Pull up 3 from Savory. It's a big one.
We're talking about confidence. Pull up 3 that time by Hope Savory. Had a 2-on-1 break, but it was against Iggy Allen, and she just said, I'll just take the 3.
A 6-point haymaker from the Lady Tops, and the lead is back out to 14.
Something's going on right here. I'm not really sure. Was it something after the play? Yeah, the referee sent both teams to the sideline. I didn't exactly see what happened. I just saw the 3 go in, but I think they're probably going to go to the monitor. There was nothing physical that went on. There may be some talking going on, so they're going to go to the monitor and assess what's going on.
They'll typically let us know here, so we'll see if we get a message from the officiating crew. But what a turn of events, John. It got within 3.
Yeah, most of the time on 2-on-1 fast breaks, and it was a clear 2-on-1. There wasn't even, nobody else was around. You attack the basket that way. Hope decided, I'm just going to take this 3 right there and knock the bottom out of it. Right now, she's been the key. Her and her fellow 5'6" guard, Alexi Meade, have really been the key to this surge in the fourth quarter.
It was 47-44 WKU with 50 seconds left in the third quarter after an Iggy Allen second chance 3-pointer.
Yep.
And since then, it has been a 17-6 spurt from WKU to balloon this lead back out to 14. We still don't know what they're reviewing.
Well, it's either going to be a technical on somebody from ODU, a technical on Western Kentucky, or no call. And there's one of the threes by Lexi Mead from the side. And then I think we're going to see the three right here, the pull-up.
Hope Savory 3 of 5 from 3 today. And WKU is 8 of 22.
So they're going to discuss if it's – I'd like to see just play on right now, to be honest with you, because I didn't see anything. There's no violent play out there at all. And with 4:23 left in the game, I just think you play on. But they're still having a discussion.
Angelica Suffren, the one communicating to the coach and sideline crew here. Suffren talking to Delisha Milton-Jones. Lengthy explanation here.
It really is. We're kind of in the dark because we really not for sure. We're clear across from the scores table, so we.
Following the play, a technical foul was called on Old Dominion.
Technical foul was called on Amari Young after the three-pointer, so that's 2 shots in the ball for WKU. And this has potential, John, to end up being a real knockout blow for WKU to score back-to-back threes,
Gotta
get
make
2
them.
shots in the ball.
Yeah, they continue to take advantage of these. You got to make these though. These free throws. Missed the first one. Sometimes these are not easy free throws to make. Oftentimes players want other players with them. So Western Kentucky has an opportunity to have a 7-point possession. They just made the 3, and there's the free throw. That's 4. A 3 right here would be a 7-point possession, which rarely, if ever, happens.
4:20 to play at Diddle Arena. And WKU led by as many as 26. ODU got it down to a 3-point deficit, but WKU has ballooned it back out to 15. And there's a turnover. Iggy Allen ends up with it. Hudson dropped off to Allen for 3, got it, and that was a big shot for Iggy Allen and ODU.
Yeah, Western Kentucky had a shot at a 7-point play and ends up +1.
Big couple possessions now defensively for ODU. They've got to figure out a way to get some stops.
Well, they've got. I was going to say Abdelgawad is now matched up on Mariah Adams, and that's a much better matchup.
Well, Iggy Allen has enjoyed playing against WKU, John, by the way. 35 against WKU last year when she was on FAU, and she is 1 point off of her season high this season of 23 against Appalachian State. There's the scrum underneath. There's 3 players involved.
Well, I hate to bring up some bad memories for Western Kentucky. They were in a similar situation against Charlotte on Thursday, up 8 with about 4 minutes to go and turned it over 3 straight times. That kind of spurred Charlotte's comeback. That was almost their second straight comeback, second straight turnover.
Pass underneath to Abdelgawad, and she draws the foul on Allen. And Abdelgawad, until the last couple minutes, had not drawn a foul today, but has really started to be more assertive here when her team needs her the most.
Yeah, she's been quiet for much of the game, but here lately has stepped up, which is what you want your only senior to do.
Senior out of Cairo, Egypt. Has been a member of the Egyptian national team since 2017. He's on the Becky Hammond Mid-Major Player of the Year watch list. And misses that second free throw. Hudson for 3, missed it. And McBride again on the glass. A little bit of a shoving match, or a tug of war, I should say, between Mariah Adams and McBride.
They didn't want to give the ball up. Either team did.
That's 8 rebounds now for McBride. And it'll be WKU possession as the possession arrow favors them. And John, I noticed before the game that young Gabby McBride has a little affirmation with the coaches. She says, "I'm tough, I'm smart, I'm kind, and I'm ready to play."
She's got a knack for being the middle of things. She likes to rebound, and she has played 2 back-to-back really good games for the Lady Toppers.
Del Gawad into the lane. Final 3 minutes.
It's a good decision right there.
Happy to slow things down. Abdel Gawad off the shot fake. 11 on the shot. Nice pass from McBride, but Foster missed the layup. And a big offensive rebound.
You want to back it back out right here.
Meade with it here. 2:35 left. Greg Collins urging his players to stay calm. 5 on the shot. Iggy Allen whistled for the foul. That's her 3rd. And Delisha Milton-Jones and her staff not happy about that foul.
That will send Western Kentucky to the line. That was reach, hit her right across the leg that time. Not a lot of contact. But Western Kentucky needs to take advantage of the free throw line. They've made that one that time. They're 17 now out of 25, which is not terrible, but I'd like it a little bit higher. That's nice 2 free throws that time by the freshman.
10 of 16 here in this second half, and those free throws have helped sustain WKU at times.
It doesn't seem like the lead's 15, does it?
No, it certainly does not.
I guarantee it doesn't seem that way from Coach Collins over there on the sideline.
Hudson driving the lane, gets by Abdel Gawad, but McBride fouls her on the layup attempt.
Yeah, that was a nice drive that time by Hudson.
This is such a fearsome matchup between these two teams, WKU and ODU. We mentioned earlier all the history between these two programs. ODU national champions in 1995. They were national runners-up in 97. 3 Final Fours. We know the history of WKU over the years.
3 Final Fours as well.
3 Final Fours.
Championship game.
A lot of history here, and ODU is a half game back in the East Division coming into this game of Charlotte.
And 2 entirely different teams too. ODU relies on seniors, and Western Kentucky only 1 senior.
One very much half-court oriented, one very much high-tempo oriented. Allen for 3, short. And ODU doing some work on the offensive glass. Adams into the lane, it's too high for Jackson, and the turnover.
Big turnover. It's hard sometimes late in the game to get defensive rebounds when the other team sends all 5. They got nothing to lose, so they send all 5 to the boards. Sometimes it's not easy to get those rebounds.
And it is interesting, John, over the course of this game, final 2 minutes now, how at different times different players have been huge for WKU when they needed it, between Meade and Savory, Abdel Gawad. Foster has come up big, and Maya Meredith, who is on the bench with ice on her knee.
She did come back out, which is good, but it is a knee injury, which is what you fear.
But was excellent in the time that she was on the floor. 11 points, 7 rebounds.
I think right now, if you're a Western Kentucky fan, I think you can probably start to breathe a little bit easier right now. And you got to give Western Kentucky a lot of credit. As you see the drive and the foul that time against Lexi Meade. Got to give Western Kentucky credit. It is hard to play with 4 freshmen against a team with this experience and as good as ODU, especially coming off the tough losses that ODU is that Western Kentucky has faced. And it looks like to me ODU is probably surrendering right now. They got 5 new players getting ready to come in, and that kind of tells me coach has probably seen enough.
It'll be Joy Campbell coming on along with Eden Sample for ODU. Kaylin Nelson on the floor along with Amaya Moreland.
I think
Coach Ashanti Barnes-Williams.
Yeah, I think she's got to be pleased with the effort. You know, down 27 at one time, and they got it all the way down to 3. Great effort on the road, and but it's hard to sustain those comebacks. But give Western Kentucky credit for holding on too, not only taking the punch, but then extending the lead back again. That's a great sign.
I mean, John, they took some serious body blows in that third quarter.
And you knew they have some psychological scars too after losing the lead on Thursday against Charlotte. So this is a big win for Western Kentucky, and you don't want to lose 2 straight at home in this conference.
Hope Savory and Alexis Mead, for long stretches today, 2 of the smallest players on the floor, threw absolute haymakers in that fourth quarter to spread things out again. And they have been huge for WKU.
Yeah, the 2 smallest players on the court, Savory and Mead, have played like giants tonight. And,
combined 25 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists.
And just tough plays at tough times. You know, when the game got down to 3, I think it was Mead that hit the shot from the corner, the 3, and then right after that, they had the fast break in which Hope Savory made the 3 off the fast break, and that was it seemed like to me that was a separator. Big
4
game.
steals between them 2. And a bunch of substitutions now for WKU. Jenna Walker back on the floor, Teresa Faustino. Jordan Smith is out on the floor now, along with Gabby McBride and Tori Hunter. So these teams will be happy to see this thing out. As we said, WKU now on the road. They're headed to Florida. They will take on FAU on Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time. And ODU will return home after a little road trip here. They are hosting the other team in Conference USA, at least down in South Florida, in FIU on Monday.
Yeah, they've got some makeup games, ODU. It's a little quirk in the schedule. There were some COVID-related cancellations, so you know, they played Thursday, Saturday,
games in 5
Monday.
days.
That's tough. That's tough. But they will have the advantage, I can tell you, Monday against FIU. Much more experienced team.
And they'll be looking to get back in the win column. And this win for WKU is going to bring their record up to 15-7. It snaps a 3-game losing streak and gets them back to 8-3 in Conference USA. For ODU, they'll drop to 16-5 and drop to 6-3 in Conference USA. As Eden Sample gets a bucket. And the crowd at Diddle Arena shows their appreciation as the buzzer sounds on a much, much more difficult than the score would indicate 71-57 win for the WKU Lady Toppers over Old Dominion. John Butler, your final thoughts.
It's a big, big win for the youth of the Lady Toppers, Western Kentucky. A game of runs, up 27 at one time. Give ODU a ton of credit. They got it all the way down to 3. But as I said, you got to give the Lady Toppers credit for holding on. It's the hardest thing to do in basketball is play at the lead. And they almost gave it away, but found ways late.
Iggy Allen, 22 points, led all scorers, but 5 different players for WKU getting into double digits, and a huge second half from Hope Savory and Alexis Mead with a little help from Maral Abdel Gawad. An excellent performance for WKU to get the win at home and split their home-standing series over the weekend. For John Butler and our producer, Raina, I am Jeff Greer saying thank you so much for joining us. This has been a production of ESPN Plus, and a big win for WKU by a final score of 71-55 over Old Dominion. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.